Welcome once again, everybody, to Deep Web3 Secrets. We have a very exciting episode today. Oghie, the co-founder of the Build It tribe, joins us. Oghie, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Apologies, my internet froze up. Apologies on that.
Oh, it happens sometimes. That's why we use video editing. So it's great to have you here, Oghie. Where are you from? Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you became the co-founder of Build It.
Okay. Well, my name is Oghie, and originally, I'm a front end, a back end engineer. I started learning that about a year ago, and I'm from Nigeria, south side of Nigeria, which is the country in Africa. And also, I became the co-founder of Build It a couple years back ago. I would say about 4 or 5 years ago. Well, actually, I end that role. Actually, the original founder of Build It, which is his name is Wally T. He was the one that founded it, and then I joined in later. We were working together, and he told me a lot about it, and he told me one part of it, which is one side of the project, and I literally did a lot of research on it, and so wow, this is great. I saw the vision more clearer than him, you know. So he came on Hive, you know, just wanted to just be friendly and all of that. And then over time, I think that was when uh I think I went all the way to I think about $3 or thereabout. So he made a lot of money, and he was very excited. He was like, "Wow, he's never made this much money before." I think he had a lot. And then he was like, "Look, he in as much as he loves internet and all of that, he's just gonna go into real estate development." That's what he wanted to do. He told me he was going to go into real estate development, because he sees, the investment side and the turnover side of it. And I'm like, okay. And then he said, okay, if he's going to do that, he's going to hand over the whole project to me. Yeah, I have the charts, I have everything. He said he's going to.
Yeah, Ogie, that's interesting. And could you maybe mention now? I remember Build It was originally spelled DL, like hodl, biddle, build. And I think Build is a great brand. But I noticed there's two tokens. I think I got one was first, and then I got an airdrop for the second one. How did that come about?
Okay, well, that happened when I got to go look back. I think that happened when I think it was migrating from Steam engine to Hive engine, or I think it has to be about that. I'll double check. So I think it has to be about that, where we had to reissue a new token on tribal decks. Yeah, yeah. It was when the whole Steam and back in the days when there was a little bit of a conflict there. So when we moved into Hive, we moved with Hive definitely because we love Hive and seeing Hive go up. So we moved away Hive, and then we worked with the Hive dev guys to integrate a new token, issue a new token, and do all of that. And at that time, I think we had a mouse watching holders back then. So of course, we can't have anyone left out. So we had to issue an airdrop to everyone, and then so they can have the new token, which is the build, which is spelled BUIDL. So that's how that happened. We literally just moved on with Hive. That's how that happened.
So the new token is BUIDL. Is that right?
DL, yes, you're very correct. That's the new one.
Okay, and so this project continues, and it's definitely a play on the crypto hodl, right? On the how you hold your tokens by hodling them.
Yeah, yeah, that's how we got the name. Well, that's how we got the name. Keep building, keep. this the Binance co-founder, CZ Binance, he always says that. So I mean, that's literally where I picked the name from. So Build, I thought it was a nice name to, stuff like that.
Fantastic. Now, so what is the core of this tribe? Is this a do-it-yourself, build your own barn tribe, or is it about building projects, or all of the above? What is the core idea of this tribe?
Okay, literally, Build it. It's a place, where to find and share your latest DIY ideas, life hacks, how to tutorial. I mean, we understand that there's this sort of inner joy and it's a sense of achievement and accomplishment we get when we do little tasks by ourselves without the need for having to pay serviceman or having to pay someone to do it for you. You can literally just do it yourself. So we thought it was wise to build sort of like an innovative hub, I would say, for this particular set of people, which are the DIYs and people just people that just love to do things with their hands. So we literally thought it would be wise to be the network for them, with smart tools and innovative tools where they can connect together, they can build together, they can share ideas together. It doesn't matter how small your project is or how big it is. It's just it's more like it's more like a meeting ground for for this set of people to come in and share what they are working on, what they're about to work on. It could be like they could also be looking for like like you go on YouTube now, you want to search for something, like a tutorial, that kind of thing. So we thought it would be wise to use use build it as a tool to to more like a meeting ground for this particular set of people. I mean, for this particular niche of people. Yeah, I'll put it that way.
Fantastic. Okay, and I posted the community in the Discord chat. Now, this community, can anyone use it, or do they need to be a member? Or how do you view this community? Is it just an open space? Tell us a little bit about what sort of content you would like to see in the Build It community.
Okay, well, literally everything DIY, more like ranging from woodworking, that is people that love to do things with wood, timber, furniture, like you say, the barn, that, and also it goes all the way to even Lego build. I love building Lego, so it goes all the way to that, to home renovation, home improvement, plumbing, um, mechanical fix, painting, just literally what you can do with your hands. That I mean, just literally what I mean. I myself, I'm a DIYer because, I sometimes I change the oil in the car, or even more, even the tires or something. And also it goes way up even developers and coders. They might want to rebrand into DIY coding. They can share how they build something. It doesn't really mean a physical something. It could still be online. How you did this, how you did that. Just more like just show us how you did it. It's just the breakdown, like the craftsmanship now. People that like to do things with their hands, like they can fix shoes, they can fix something. I mean, just getting creative with your hand. Those are the kind of like that's the kind of articles that are welcome. And also we're looking at when we go and all that, looking at implementing ways that okay, you don't really have to post. You can just help answer like DIY questions, like somebody might need a helping hand with how to finish up let's say a kitchen sink or something, and then they need a little bit of tutorial or instructions, so they can come in the platform and ask that question, and definitely get feedback from that. So stuff like that.
I love
Stuff
it.
like
I
that.
love the brand, and I think it's a good space. It's popular on the internet, as you said. You can find things on YouTube. But what if you have a question? I have, leaving a comment on a YouTube video is not very successful for me. I mean, it maybe they don't answer, they don't see it, but we kind of have a forum here. So, okay, so how do you see what you've built already versus what you would like to build? Where are you in that process?
We dropped the roadmap, I think, about a few hours before our call. I'm going to leave that. Give me a
Yes,
second. I'm going to leave it in.
link us to the roadmap. Very cool. Oh, I see you're using Twitter here.
Okay, well, originally, okay, right now where we are, I mean, from the roadmap, right now, in as much as we want to build, great product for people to use and all of that, they have to be something, an overview of, the project and what it's about, because I believe over time people want to know about it, so that's where we are right.
Yeah, now just talk us through
So that's
this
the
roadmap. We see the link now, and so talk us through here. 14th, so this starts today. You're in the ideation phase. Okay, so talk us through how you see the future going.
Well, the future will be very nice because right now, I have a team of two, which is my UI UX designer. She does all the banners and the rest of them for me. And then I also have a good developer, adding to myself. Very brilliant developer. He's very young and very brilliant. That's one of the things I'm really excited about. So right now we're at the ideation phase, and then thereafter we'll be moving on to vlogs and podcasts. Like my friend the other telling me that if you have to put your face out there, you have to just talk and put up tell people about it. Using the word of mouth. So I'm really looking towards that, which is going to be the Q2 of it. Well, the roadmap is not really. We want to set up. The whole idea of setting goals is setting goals that can be achieved and measured. You don't want to put goals out there that are, kind of like too big for it, and you might end up not achieving them. So the major reason we are putting goals out there is goals that can be achieved and measured. No matter how small they are, but the other part is like they are accomplished and they are achieved. So that's why we didn't put much. We didn't want to say a lot of things that we're not going to do. We're saying things that we're going to do, and so that's for the Q2, which comes in from next month. It's going to be a lot of vlogs and podcasts and putting myself out there for people to see, and since I'm representing the brand, stuff like that. And then Q3 is going to be the website preview, which actually that is it's being designed right now, because we have to design the UI UX first, which is the user experience and the user interface first before we move that to the developers and have them build that. So on the Q3, we'll be having the website preview. We'll be having the tokenomics, how the coins will be distributed and stuff like that. And then more of a project plan, a very strategic project plan, and then also collaboration and partnership with others projects as well. And then for the Q4, it's going to be a token listing. It's going to be more partnership, and that's when we'll be launching the website as well.
Okay, fantastic. I see the plan here now. You mentioned your team. So you're working with a developer or more than one developer. Tell us a little bit about who is working with you to build these things.
Okay, for a start now, because with the resources I have now, everything is coming out from my pockets. With the resources I have now, I'm working with a team of two, a female and a male. The female, she's coming in with designs, banners, and then she's also helping out with the UI UX. Maybe over time, I would like them to create an Hive account. That way, everyone sees them and knows them. I'll probably have them do that. And then I'm more excited about the developer I'm working with. He's very young, vibrant. He just wants to just code for a living. I met with him the other day, and it's one of the things that I mean I'm very very excited about. Is the developer that I'm bringing in. I'm really excited about that. I'm very confident about No, they are not on Hive. No, they are not on Hive yet. That was what I was saying. They are not on Hive yet. I'll bring them on Hive. I'll have them set up an account and LinkedIn. Yes, she's on LinkedIn.
Okay, good. So that could be a good post. I know that sometimes onboarding is slow, but if you've got the LinkedIn and you're going to onboard them, that's something you could write about, right? That's something you could make a
she's
post
on
about.
LinkedIn.
Very good.
Which
Okay,
is
so we're here at Q1. We're at the ideation phase. So you must be working on the light white paper. Okay, so just everybody in the audience, it's very difficult to connect with Nigeria. Okay, we've had other Nigerians on before. It's hard to hear. It does not help for you to come in and speak. I'll do the best I can in editing, but we've gotten a couple of really good sections. So that's what we want, Oghie. We want just to do the best we can. We know about connectivity. I'm in South America, and some days it's just impossible. But, yeah, Oghie, so I'm going to also want you to focus on my voice if you can and ignore the chat. I'll try to tell you any questions from the chat because I think when you go to the chat, it's affecting your connectivity. So let's just go back. We're doing really good here. Now, you have this plan. You're onboarding some developers to Hive. You're working with them. Yes, we see in the Q1 here, there's going to be a light paper. And so you must be working on that now, or it's going to be published soon. How's that going? What obviously a document like that is a lot of work. So tell us a little bit about that.
Oh yes, I'm working on the light paper, but right now I'm what's actually available right now. It's more like it's the project overview. I have that looking at me on my laptop right now. I was going to share it the group until you said I shouldn't look at the comments. So maybe probably when the call is over, I'll drop the information I get. So the overview is ready right now. I just put up a little words over there, from the top of my head.
Okay.
And then the light paper it will be worked on. It's gonna be a lot. I mean, it's gonna be over how many pages? So it's a lot of work. But I'd say within a week or 2 weeks at most, the light version should be ready, and it's definitely gonna be published on. It's gonna be public. That's how that's going.
Well, we know, and this is a funny phrase. I think it was Leo Finance soon trademark. So I mean, we're working on stuff. It'll be out soon. Okay, so what else is coming soon? What are the steps? You'll do a light paper. You'll maybe onboard some of your developers, and the website preview is the first thing I see. Tell us a little bit about what you hope this user experience will be able to offer people that are involved in DIY content.
Okay, I'm hoping on a lot of things because I have a lot of plans and activities. But one of the things that's going to be coming out soon, when the website is out, is so if you go on Etsy, like Etsy, ETSY, it's a popular brand. If you go on Etsy, they have this functionality where someone can put up something for sale. It doesn't have to be manufactured or anything. It could be like a handcrafted art or something handcrafted, and then you put it on Etsy, and someone likes it and picks it up. So we're looking at that functionality to be implemented. I know it's going to be a lot, more like a mini marketplace where I could come up now and say, okay, I want to just craft out maybe a Lego build of maybe a fancy car or something. And I have that, and I want to trade it for money. They could easily take pictures, and post it for sale, and then for payment part could be used. We could definitely integrate Hive on it, to be used as a payment, and then there's going to be sort of like specific locations where that will be used. Like you want to go and meet. It's going to be more like a peer-to-peer transaction, because you want to go and meet. You have to drop the what you actually want to sell. So it's going to be a lot of implementation. I also need logistics company to help do all of that. So that's one of the features that I'm pretty much excited. It's gonna come out. I already have a good developer. I still get more, but that's just looking at things from now. That's one of the very, very important um implementations that we're bringing on Hive. Kind of like bringing the Etsy vibes. People can come in and sell DIY crafts. It doesn't have to be. It has to be something you built your hand yourself, and then you want to put it for sale. It could be $5, it could be $10. Just something like that. If that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense, and I do prefer, for example, you say comparison Etsy. I prefer things that exist in the real world, and we can make maybe versions of them. Now, it makes me think about Distriator. Are you familiar with Distriator and incentivized product sales for HBD, Spend HBD initiative? Have you heard of this?
Yeah, I've heard of this trader by Stackers. I've heard of it. I love it. I love it.
Okay, well that could be something to integrate or collaborate with as you build out a site like Etsy. Would be very cool. People would be incentivized to buy their artisanal goods, handicrafts, and things like that. But there's a challenge with this, and I want to challenge you. The biggest challenge is shipping costs. How do you think you might be able to work with or overcome the challenge of shipping physical goods around the world?
Well, because I'm very sure other companies and all of that do that, and I mean they don't have that challenge. So would definitely be smart to figure out how they overcome that challenge. Like I said, it's going to be a lot of integration. It's not going to be easy, but it's something that could be achieved. Well, maybe if it's going to cost fees and all of that, we might use Hive as intermediary, like more like to settle the fees and the cost of that's if you listen properly, that's why I said the logistics cost and all of that. I know it's going to be much of a hassle, but it's something I might be able to work with people you know in that space, and try and figure out how they overcome that, and how how it's going to be a lot of implementation. Like I said, like it's not going to be easy for sure, but
But
it's
I like
achievable.
the idea of using Hive. Possibly, Distriator could be viewed as maybe cash back on shipping. Helping with the shipping expenses. Another thing is if you get a community of people in the same place, you can share logistics. Now, excuse my ignorance about Nigeria. I know it's a big country with a lot of people. But recently on Hive Thrive, they interviewed Focus Now of the Happy Customer Supermarket. How close are you by bus or by car to the Happy Customer Supermarket? Are you anywhere close by?
Um, well, it has to be what states that is, because I'm in one part of Nigeria. I'm from, like I said, I'm from the south part of Nigeria, so I have to figure out where that is, where exactly is that, so I can know if I want to use Google Map or something. But I have to know what states that that is first. Is it
Okay.
in Lagos? Is
I'm
it in
not
Lagos?
sure. I don't think it's in Lagos, but I will get you after the show. I'll hook you up so we could figure out if it's 8 hours or 12 hours or 5 hours. Um, but I do think that is if you get one hub or multiple hubs, each hub could figure out the shipping logistics, especially if it was near a big city. They could help the artisans ship their products together. That could be really good. Okay, so moving back to development, because you're kind of building a build it community. Um, it's been around for a while, and it kind of seems like you're looking to relaunch. Good timing, by the way, with the market. Tell us about some of the challenges you've faced in the past with launching or bringing attention to the Build It community. Maybe some challenges you've faced previously in the last years.
Okay, there's a few challenges I had. That held us a bit back. One of them was, getting the right team to work with. Well, like they always say, teamwork makes the dream work. So that's been a lot of it's been a lot of work to get the actual team, like the right set of people to work with. People that want to share the same idea, the same mindset, the same vision and goals. That has been a lot of hassle. I've had some people that will just put in and after taking my time to explain everything, they'll just do what they like, and I will just say, okay, I'll take it as my loss, move on. So it's been a while. It's been very much of a hassle, getting the right team to work with. But I want to promise you, I mean, I can well as promise you that this set of people that I'm working with, I'm really excited about that. And then secondly, one of the issues we've also had was, um, I would say, a bit technical know-how. Like I said, I have all these, cool ideas and cool things I want to do, but just there's something called a starting point. Just there's always I have to start somewhere. So that has been a bit. I'll put it on myself that I've not been, more smart or educated about that. I just said I'm so okay. I'm just gonna jump from line one to line 100, and that didn't play out well. And then lastly, I would say, well, resources. The resources, it's well, as it costs a lot of money to, first of all, to even grow a community, it costs money. You want to grow a community that's, I mean, a community where everyone listens to you, where they're all active, everyone is talking, activities here and there. That's, to an extent, it costs money. It costs money for development, team to pay people, to build stuff, to integrate. I mean, it costs money. So those are actually the three, you know, kind of like setbacks we've had, past few years. That that's why we haven't been able to, grow as we should have. You know what I
Fantastic
mean?
answer. Yes. Well, you touched on some things very dear to my heart. First of all, ideas, a lot of great ideas, but every one requires work. And the second one is development requires funding. And if you make any mistakes, you need more funding. And so, yes, I agree with all of those things. Now, as you kind of learn from the past and continue to maybe narrow your focus, build a good team, um, what are you looking for in terms of avoiding these past mistakes? I know like the idea is really good to build an Etsy, but let's say what could be the first specific steps going back to your roadmap maybe that you're going to focus on so that you can build with strength and foundation moving forward.
Well, I would say open communication. I would say open communication because I want to interact with my community. I want to be friendly to my community. I want to be like more like open communication, with the team. That way, there'll be a lot of that would most definitely build trust and respect and for my team and then my community. So I would say I would say I would look at working hard on communication, putting myself out there, camera, more of transparency. I'll put it that way. More of transparency. Like whatever we're going through, whatever we're doing, it's definitely the community knows. So I will put it like more of transparency and more of open communication. I want to put it that way.
Fantastic. Okay, and I think Hive can help with that if you onboard and post more about even the simple small things like onboarding the developer, from LinkedIn to Hive, and every little thing. I'm going through that right now with what we're building. It's like we need to develop less and post more. Every little development we should have 3 or 5 posts about it. It's kind of weird, but it feels weird, but I think it is the right way to go slower and be more transparent. So that's really good to hear. Um, Now we have a question or a comment in the chat. Nigeria is known to be a complicated country, maybe even corrupt. Not to say that other governments aren't corrupt, but it is known to be a corrupt place to do business. Is that a challenge for you? And if so, how do you feel like you could overcome that?
First of all, first of all, we have a corrupt government. I wouldn't put it on the citizens. We have a corrupt government. But a new set of individuals are, they are stepping their game and, looking at, they wouldn't want the government to, I mean, for years now, the government's been corrupt and all of that. So there's a new set of people. It's called the Gen Z. It's more of the educated, Nigerians, the ones that actually went to school and the graduates, and has been tested and all of that. So they call them the Gen Z of it's more like the Gen Z, more like the people that are upgraded and high level of thinking. I mean, if you look at it the other way, Nigeria is actually well, a lot of people don't know, but it's more like it's the motherland of a lot of these countries. Like if you want to go, if you look at you're from America, if you want to Google one of the biggest restaurants in New York, it's owned by Nigeria. So I look at it like there's a lot of good people and there's a lot of bad people. So well, I know on the media, on news, on CNN and all of that, they don't show that part. They don't show the good part that Nigerians did and all of that. So it's more about how the media puts it. It's more about how the media. But I'm here. This is where I live. It's not as corrupt as they say. It's okay. If you do good, good will come to you. If you want to do bad, bad will come to you. If you want to steal, you'll be caught. I mean, it's literally just how it works here. Like I said, I'm from the south side. I'm not from the north side, or I'm from the south side. It's well, the city I'm from actually, it's known to have a lot of mineral resources like crude. It's called Port Harcourt. Maybe you want to Google it. It's called Port Harcourt. It's an oil state, and you know, it's like I said, if you whatever you do, there are rules here. There are rules. If you steal, you get caught. If you do anything, there's a penalty for it. So that's just if you want to set up a business, well, there's a way to go through it. You, you should register the business. There are just ways to go about things. So I feel anything can be achieved and accomplished as long as we're doing it the right way and not the other way around it. I mean, if you know what I mean.
Oh, absolutely. And we know that even the good countries are much more corrupt than the news says. Okay, so I noticed that this roadmap was published on the Build it account, the build dash it. Is this the right account we should follow for updates on this project?
Yes, yes. That's the account to follow. But at the moment, we're having a little bit of challenge with, this Hive watchers guys. But that is being worked on because I've been talking to them, and for some reason I don't know why but it's being worked on.
Yes, okay. So we
But yeah,
know.
that's the account to follow.
Yeah, well, maybe we should tap into this a little bit because, Hive Watchers, they're not perfect either. There's probably some good and some bad, but the project has been around for a while and it struggled probably with some AI stuff. We're all using AI, but somebody says nobody should use it. And so we're figuring that out. But you say it's being worked on. So let's just be honest here. I mean, I've saw you in Hive Watchers discussing it with the team, trying to figure out a way forward. And so just talk to us a little bit, honestly, about that. I think everybody here knows the reality that even some good people get caught up. I mean, your account was not targeted for abuse in the sense of like hurting puppies, right? It was just the type of content or the automation. Do you plan to use automation moving forward, or will you use more manual content? Just talk to us about the issues. None of us here are ignorant about these issues. We're very familiar.
Yeah.
We've been around. You know what I mean? I have talked to Hive Watchers many times about different things, and sometimes, I think the good people go through a process. And so it sounds like you're in that process now.
So what actually happened? What actually happened was, like I said, for every good project, there has to be a good team. The teamwork makes the dream work. So the people I had prior to that, when they were flagged for automation, was the girl I had went in and used AI to write the content, and I paid her to write it, with herself because I was actually doing other things. And then she went on and used AI, and I couldn't. I don't have an AI detector, but she did that. She didn't tell me, and then she made a post because I gave her the posting keys and access to it, and then she made a post, and later I saw a comment, and I was like, "This post is AI," and I'm like, "Oh my, thought I paid you. Why would you use AI and all that?" So that was what happened. That was what happened with that. So I had to step in, and like, if you go look now, the previous post on the Build account, I'm the one writing all of it now. I can't give anyone the answers anymore. So that was what happened, and then we got into the Hive Watchers, you know, webhook and all of that. But that's been worked on. I want to give you my word on that. It's been worked on. They've told me what to do. They want me to post every day for 30 days, and then the blacklist is going to be off. So I try to post. I mean, writing isn't easy, but I think I'm gonna try and be posting every day, just so I can get off their blacklist. Well, it's been worked on. I want to give you my word on that. It's been worked on.
Good. Well, good. I mean, and the effort to do that shows a lot, I think, because, I think a real scammer would probably just make a new account and start again, but somebody who's really working through it and figuring it out. I also wonder sometimes if there's some cultural blockages, but okay, let's move on past that. You're working through that. Is there anything else? I mean, obviously, this tribe has been around for a while. Is there any other baggage that you're working to overcome?
Yeah. For instance, yes. Um, when you say overcome, I not sure I got that part clearly. Maybe you want to rephrase again. Understand that part.
Yes. Okay. So when there's problems, we work to overcome, and that's to move past them. So we want to move past them, so we get to the other side, and that takes work. So we talked about this, and we have some Hive Watchers, not team members, but fans. Like I said, most of us are quite experienced. We've seen it all, the good and the bad. And generally, we think that the good is real people trying to overcome, which would be like We say in Spanish, we say superar, um, but which is to get over it, get past it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. Well, one of the things that I know I didn't do in the past was I wasn't consistent. I have consistency also plays a very much key role. So I've been looking at it, because I mean I definitely looked at, okay, all of the things that I would say I've been holding the project from going back. Was one of it was consistency. There wasn't a lot of consistency in all of that. And then, like I said, also open communication. I'll be doing more of talking, vlogs, um, like your podcast and all of that, which I love. And then also, because to be very honest with you, I talk to a lot of people, like big accounts on Twitter. I randomly just message them using the project account, and I get a lot of good feedback. And I'm like, wow, it would be very nice to bring these kind of people to Hive. Like the other day, I think he has an energy company, one project like that. And I messaged him the other day, and he replied back, and I was like, wow. So that's really nice that how networking can be, how through this project we can you know bring a lot of big companies and other. I'm just literally just good energy to hire, bring a lot of those people around. So I've figured out a lot of the problems we've had and challenges, which was not being, inconsistent, which is being worked on. I mean, I'm very, very much consistent now. I mean, I'm done with school, so I have to do something I have to. I mean, we all have something we love with our life and do to whatever. So I'm looking at this project now that I will do it till I see positive feedback, no matter what's trying to, like, I'm gonna give it my all. When I mean giving my all, I'll just give it my all, to be very honest.
Fantastic. Well, I mean, it sounds really good. And I, as someone who has worked with projects before, I happen to think that there's maybe more value in a project that has a larger history, even if it's not perfect, than someone starting a new thing all the time, always starting a new thing. Yeah, you get a clean slate, but there's something to be said for taking the effort to move through the issues and actually solve them and not just repeat them. Okay, so we got consistency and transparency. You're working through some 30 posts. I gave you an upvote on. Now, these rewards are sent to null, but you got a comment here, so I gave you a little upvote on your comment about that. And so we're very interested. The brand is good, and it seems like you're using Twitter, X, and it sounds like the brand is so good that you're able to reach out to people on X and maybe integrate that into your strategy. Now we're getting to the end maybe of the podcast, but is there any other last final messages you wanted to share, optimistic messages for the future? And then maybe in the future, in a month, we'll do another podcast. I'd love to have you back on.
Yeah, I definitely I love your podcast. I mean, it's my first time and I'm loving it already. Well, one of the things I would say is, let's all, let's collaborate, let's work together, there's no need to put in our differences on this. Let's all leave that in the past. Let's work together. I mean, the aim of, working together is to achieve a common goal. So I would say, we put that energy towards things and just, work together. If you see this project is lacking here somewhere, I mean, that's literally about it. Just working together. Just the aim to achieve. I mean, we all want to wake up one day and see Hive trading over $10 a piece, $20 a piece. We definitely want to see that. And to be very honest, I really love Hive a lot. I mean, I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is, I open my phone, I check charts, and I'm like, wow, Hive keeps making, $1 million transactions every day. I love seeing that. I really love seeing that. So I'm looking at ways that that numbers could double and put Hive in the recognition Hive needs. So that's.
And that is all based on people and builders. And so I love your brand, build it. And we're going to end the recorded session now. And so thank you, Oghie. Thank you once again. And thank you to the audience. This has been Deep Web 3 Secrets.